contact is the help desk. Why? Because they're there to help you. So, years ago, I could call the help desk and pose as you and ask them to reset my password because of whatever reason. And the help desk technician would do it because they relied on the secrecy of the help desk number, that wasn't public. So if you're calling in on that number, you must be legit. Well, companies have gotten a lot smarter now, right? So let's just go up, that's very amateurish, let's just go up one rung of the ladder. So how does it work today? Is the attacker goes to the business's website, they find out names and titles of people that work in the company, but more importantly, they have a particular target already in mind. Maybe it's Johnny in R&D, but they need some throwaway name. Somebody that works at the company that they can care less about. So then they call the help desk. Now they pose as Billy in the mailroom. Hey, this is Billy in the mailroom. I changed my password the other day, but I can't seem to...
$59.
Anyone can make me a loan? Next time. So this is a man-in-the-middle attack where I trick somebody by calling a telephone number that belongs to me. As they call in, I call out to the real bank, and I'm in the middle. And nobody can tell the difference. Now we're going to do this really quick with a bank here, Dava something. Dava Venida or something like that? So, my girlfriend here speaks Spanish, I don't, so we're going to have her call the phone. Come on up. Thank you. So now you'll see that she'll do it with her Colombian credentials here. That's our Colombian ID number, don't write it down. Thanks for your opinion. Is that saying you got access? Okay, so she got, I don't understand Spanish, but it demonstrates even through Colombian banks this works. Okay, go change your PIN now. Quickly, there's people dialing the phone. All right, so there's the example of the new evolution of phishing is man-in-the-middle attack on IVR systems. So like I said, you press down on the fraud bubble, it's going to pop up somewhere else, as always. So let me get back in. Scary, you could have somebody here at like Juan Valdez's coffee shop doing this. And a lot of people's credentials could be lost. Has everyone heard of malicious code like Trojan horses, viruses, and worms? You're all you're on computers all the time, so you know what this type of malicious code is, right? You know, everyone here knows what a Trojan horse is? It's like someone supplies you with a program that seems useful, but it contains secret embedded code that does things you don't want, like logs every keystroke you type, those type of things. Well, one of these other cool tricks that some of you may or may not know is if you were at your company or school, let's say you're at your school, you walk into the cafeteria, and all of a sudden on the ground, you spot a USB drive. It's kind of cool, you know, you look at it, it's 2 gigabytes, what is it, 30,000 pesos at Uni Largo, and you go, oh, this is kind of cool. Maybe I'll pop it in my machine at the office or at home, take a look, what's on there? Yeah, would you do that? I would. Go ahead and say yes. Okay. So So let me show you what happens when you plug Kevin Mitnick's USB drive into your computer. So let's give it a shot. So if we could put the Dell on one side and the Mac on the other. Good. Now this computer, I'm remote desktop, connected to this computer in Salt Lake City, Utah. Here, it's like a Windows 2008 machine. This is the attacker machine. This is like where I'm sitting at home in Salt Lake City, Utah, if I live there. This is you, the guy running Windows that finds the USB drive. So what happens? With the drive, let's see if there's any good pictures on here. You plug it in, and maybe some pictures pop up, and as you're perusing the pictures, you don't know what's going on in the background. Now, as you can see on this side, where I'm the attacker in the United States, now we have latency issues here, where it takes a little time to paint the screen. It might take up to 30 seconds. But actually, when you install the USB drive, it creates a reverse VNC connection. So I could basically watch everything you do. It might take a few seconds to come up. I was having some latency issues before. Oh, there we go, finally. So then everything I do on the Dell, I'm the spy here, so I go on the Dell, you know, I'm doing my work, I'm typing in my passwords, whatever. I'm doing directories. Again, there's some latency, but I'm like the invisible man watching everything you do. On the other side of the coin is if you go to lunch or away from your computer, I can now control your computer through this. I can just here and type dir. Takes a moment, but I have full control of the victim's machine simply because they plugged in my USB drive. So, because you seem like a great audience, and probably a lot of you want copies of my presentation today, I give it to you on USB. I shouldn't tell anybody to keep a jar of USB drive. I'm just kidding about the USB though. I don't have it. And then if I want to, like, you could be like malicious, and I want to shut down the computer. Again, there's latency on this side. Shut down. As you can see, it's much faster than the machine I'm controlling. VNC is really slow. That's why I never use it. Whatever. I'll just shut this machine. But you get the idea. So you might want to think twice when you plug in a USB drive, especially if it's a suspicious source. Yeah. Even with PDF and Word files, even Trojans could be embedded in Word, Excel, PDFs, and I'll talk about a story later. This is a different USB drive. This is kind of cool. You ever go into companies, like businesses, and they have their computer there where the public sees it and their USB drives are exposed? You plug this in, you wait 30 seconds, and all their last 50 recent files are now on the USB. All automatic, plug and play. So the thing is, you might want to turn auto run off, because if you turn auto run off, this attack doesn't work. That's why I love Windows. Right? That's why you see me out in the back. Another social engineering attack, and would you believe it, some businesses still use dial-up modems, especially for SCADA, right? Now, I'm going to explain this because it kind of gives you an example. When a hacker is using social engineering, they want to target somebody that's least likely to know the value of the information. So if the hacker wants to get the dial-up modems for SCADA, you know what SCADA is? It's supervisory control, acquisition, data, something. It's for controlling critical infrastructure. I forgot what the acronym is. In any event, does the hacker contact the IT department, the help desk, to get the dial-up numbers? No. They want to find somebody in the organization that is least likely to know the value of the information. So what can the attacker do? Call another department at the company called accounts payable. Why? Because accounts payable pays the bills. So they're paying the telephone provider. So rather than the attacker targeting a group or a department that knows the value of the dial-up numbers, targets a lady in accounts payable that is completely clueless about the value of the dial-up numbers. And the same thing with the VPN access information. Sometimes help desks in some businesses don't realize the value. This is so easy. Convince a target to visit a website that you've poisoned with a technical exploit. And every day you can go to Millworm or a whole bunch of sites that host exploit code, especially Internet Explorer. And all you have to do is build a website. And then, well, first of all, the attacker has to find out the FBI that were looking for me, so I wasn't going to use the name Kevin Mitnick. Why did I choose the name Eric Weiss? Because that was the real name of my idol magician, Harry Houdini. I thought I had a sense of humor, but I was quick to learn that the FBI had a sense of humor. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So I actually acquired a job at a law firm under my alternate identity. And one of my colleagues handed me this brochure for the Microtac ultralight cell phone. And this cell phone, mind you, 1993 was like the iPhone today. It kind of reminded me like of the Star Trek communicator. Kind of cool. And as a hacker, I wanted to understand how this telephone worked, the protocols, how it interfaced with the telephone network. I wanted access to the source code, right? To the secret recipe. So one day, it was 3 o'clock in Denver, Colorado, and I left the firm early. And when I went down to the lobby floor, it was a 50-story building. We actually occupied the top 5 floors of downtown Denver. I powered on my cell phone. Incidentally, not my name either. So the first number I called was directory assistance. And I asked for the telephone number from Motorola. They're the company that manufactures the Microtac ultralight. And of course, the directory assistance operator gave me the toll-free number to Motorola Corporation. Got the number, I go, hi, this is Rick. I'm looking for the project manager of the Microtac ultralight project. And the lady at Motorola, the receptionist, said, oh, sir, no problem. All our cellular phone development is handled out of Schaumburg, Illinois. Would you like their telephone number? Sure. She gave me the phone number, and that was my next call. I call Schaumburg, Illinois, to Motorola, and I get a receptionist. I said, hi, I'm looking for the project manager for the Microtac ultralight project. I'm transferred around 2, 3, 4. By the 8th time, I'm talking to the vice president for R&D for all of Motorola. And by that time, during these 8 calls, I realized they had another R&D facility in Arlington Heights. So I go, hi, this is Rick, over in Arlington Heights, and I'm looking for the project manager for the Microtac project. And the VP of R&D goes, oh, that's Pam, she works for me. Would you like her telephone number? Sure. Gave me her phone number. He goes, can I help you with anything else? I go, no, that was it. Thank you very much. Call ends. So who's my next call to? I call Pam. But I didn't get Pam. What I did get is her voicemail outgoing greeting. And what she told her callers is she just left on a 2-week vacation and she'd be returning on such and such date in the future. And if you had any problems whatsoever, to call